Want to talk about how fucking gross Australians are?
Yeah, I'd be tight. Let's do
Fucking
that.
disgusting.
I don't know.
I could dedicate
Australians
20
are
minutes to that.
They're pretty tight. They're pretty.
They only look good. They're fucking
My name is
disgusting,
Keitha.
dude.
All I know is when you go to a music festival, the Aussies are the ones that form groups and shout things like, show us your tits! Show us your tits! Well, there's like 20 of them. They're all on board. They all want tits.
So they're extremely based.
Yes, they're bass.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know what that means.
Just assume, and then
Yeah, okay. Based on context.
Based means you're like grounded.
No, I think based means that you hold an opinion that is true but is unpopular, but you're not ashamed of holding.
Oh.
that's very specific.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I like that even better.
Really good definition.
That's even better than what I
I
said.
fully
I
understand.
thought it meant cool.
Based.
We're gonna have to do.
What's that time limit on this?
There's no time
What's
limit.
the coolest city in Metro
However big the
Vancouver
hard
that
drive
isn't
is.
Vancouver?
Surrey.
Poco.
Surrey's up and coming. Surrey's up and coming. I think
Poco.
you buy into Surrey.
Hey,
Surrey's
yeah,
sucks.
I just said.
Buy
I
into
said
Wally
Surrey, but
now.
I will.
'cause it's the new commercial
You are
drive.
fucking wrong. That place is fucking disgusting.
Surrey sucks. Surrey sucks.
No, do you remember when we were
You get
working
shot.
in Central Surrey? This is
Yep.
like a few years ago.
I remember, yep.
But we were like right in the heart of Wally there.
Yep.
And we were just
For Ziggy.
Went for lunch, yeah, for Ziggy. And we went for lunch. And we just went to some cafe, and there's like junkies everywhere. It's kind of like the downtown east side, a little bit.
I got a Wally story.
But everyone was, it was like kind of a really nice neighborhood. There's lots of different interesting people. And we observed at that time, I remember that
I was in
this is a
Wally.
cool place that could have cool
The story's too
culture.
wholesome.
Yeah.
I was in Wally. And I went and I tried to get some drugs.
I don't have headphones
Right,
on.
you don't have headphones. I said the story's too wholesome.
Oh, the story. So.
Let Chris go.
It's a positive story about how Surrey is great.
Chris has an actual Wally story.
So I've spent a lot of time in the downtown east side. Like a lot of time. Right? I shot up in every alley. It's fucked up down there. I went to Wally. I thought I could handle it. And I went to a safe injection site. And all I had was meth and whatever. But it's like there was actual dudes hanging out in front of on fire fucking garbage cans. Like it was, it was the most fucking lawless place. There was guys stealing bikes off other
Well,
dudes.
that's the
Like,
authentic.
It was the most gnarly place I've ever been in my
Like,
fucking
homeless
life.
dudes were
You call it
stealing bikes
authentic,
off
though.
each other.
Oh, it was fucked right up, dude.
That was a few years ago. It's changed.
It's like the human
Yeah.
society equivalent of those scenes in the ocean where like one fish eats another fish and then an even bigger fish eats that fish. That's
gnarly.
Wally, but for people.
We all agree it's a hellscape there, right?
It's- By now, though, probably.
Except for
The
Tyler.
only thing you should be doing when you're in Surrey is trying
No,
to leave Surrey.
I admitted there
Better
was
safe than
junkies
Surrey,
there.
right?
I wouldn't be surprised
Can we
if
go
it,
there?
you know,
Can we go there right now? Let's
gets
go there.
gentrified next or whatever. It's always the place you least expect. Like,
Yeah.
oh, actually, there's some really good coffee there now.
Let's not do this, all right? Time to justify Surrey.
Yeah.
It's like every
all the stores have brick.
every fucking
way-
road in Surrey is like a major fucking road. Like it's like if you're like, oh, I'll turn up fucking 57th and there's fucking 4 lanes and there's
Yeah,
traffic
yeah.
and
Yeah.
fucking lights. So how is
It
every
sucks.
fucking street a major fucking street?
Surrey
It's bullshit.
sucks.
I only go to
man.
coffee shops
We
where
could
the
dedicate a
baristas
whole-
are actual crackheads because when they stir the coffee, it really fucking. Otherwise, you got to have that crack shake.
It's an agitated
That's
stir.
real.
It's
Yeah.
like a washing machine.
Yeah.
We could dedicate a whole episode to
Like,
Surrey.
it was like a
if we wanted
fucking
to.
movie under a fucking bridge, man. On fire fucking garbage cans. It's like I was pretty whacked out, so maybe
You were-
that wasn't happening, and I just thought it was. I was like, I'm
It was
pretty
actually a
fucking
light
sure.
Just like in the movies.
Yeah, it's
How long
cartoonish.
have you been there?
Cartoonishly homeless.
Negatively comparing a place to the downtown east side.
It was way worse than the downtown east side by a country fucking mile. And that place is fucking rough.
I
Yeah.
refuse to believe that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
No, I don't know.
I
man.
was Strathcona homeless city yesterday. That's a whole fucking city now.
Why did you do that? Why? Did
Because I
you...
like going down Venables.
I see.
Because he was driving to buy some expensive shit in an expensive city. And
Urban
to do that in
safari.
Vancouver, you
So
have
you
to go
have to
through
go
the ghetto.
past-
I'm staying downtown, but yeah.
Stay away from there. That's gross.
So when you were on your way to the Nike store, you saw some homeless people.
My trick.
2 stars.
Matt and his
Your
Nike.
wife was traumatized.
What if we went to like the homeless
Across the
shelter?
streets while I was.
I want to go to that like homeless encampment and leave a Yelp review.
The service was
I will
terrible.
guarantee
Got
if
poked
we
by a
looked
straight
up-
needle.
The average is $3. me somehow.
If we look up Strathcona Park on Google right now, we will see bad reviews.
I sat down on a bench. I was poked by 3, maybe 5 needles.
Definitely not 4.
Horrible.
Service was terrible.
Sandwiches were not bad. 3 stars.
Sandwiches were good.
Have you seen?
So rude.
Have you seen marketplace ads that are clearly fake? Like a bed that's in a crack house. It's like this bed needs to go like yesterday. Have you seen those?
You don't know that's not real.
They're
I'm
pretty
off Facebook.
good.
I'm off it.
I don't peruse.
It's
the
a hellscape.
downtown East Side
It's been almost 2
Facebook.
years
No. This is marketplace, but it's like fake ads.
Speaking
Am I
of,
the only one who's found this?
Every year off Facebook. That should be a thing.
That is a great
Speaking of,
idea.
I'm on
Fantastic
my
idea.
1 year chip.
You're not off Facebook, by the way. You're just not logging into the website.
They're tracking you still.
I'm inactive
They're tracking
on
you
Facebook
still.
Yes, you're
platform.
inactive on the Facebook platform, but you're still using Messenger.
Yeah.
So you're not off of Facebook.
I'm off the most of where they make their money.
So if tomorrow you get off the messenger, you will have your 1 day tip.
Yeah, your
Oh,
1 day
yeah.
token.
If you want to dig into it, I use WhatsApp, which they own, Instagram, which they own, and Messenger, which they own. So,
Which
I mean,
and I think all 3 went
Yeah,
down
so-
the other day.
yeah, it was all fucky yesterday.
Where
Was
really?
it just me?
I didn't notice that.
Speaking of Yelp reviews, I have a story. In the summer, I was dating a girl, and we had a picnic on the beach.
What
And
beach?
then-
What beach?
Who gives a shit?
No, that matters. That matters.
Doesn't
that
matter what
matters.
beach,
No,
but,
it
you know, it
matters.
was
It
nice.
matters. It matters.
Paint me a
Tell which
picture.
beach.
Paint the picture.
So, anyways, we had sex on the beach, and we had a fire.
Nice.
It was magical.
Oh,
I didn't want to say the beach.
Second
And
beach.
after it was done, it was so great. I said, Ben, if this date were, on Yelp, I would give it 4 stars. To which she burst out into tears and started crying because she thought I was like rating her. It was
Yeah,
really
that
hard
makes
to
sense,
recover
yeah.
from.
Oh, that's charming. That's charming.
Like you thought you were being funny.
I was
but
like,
you
this
actually
is such a
Were you-
magical
were
evening.
you
That's what I'm thinking.
dating-
Like,
Only 4.
See,
This
you,
is-
you thought you were being funny, but
Is
Yeah, you
four-
really should have probably said 5.
Is this out of 5 or out of 4?
even though you're both like
maybe I
probably-
said 5 stars. I
even
don't
though
know.
you're both
Say,
40-year-old
sometimes-
adults, that joke traumatized her.
Yeah,
Well,
she started
guys, giving up
crying.
your body
Doesn't
is
sound
very,
like a very solid chick.
at
She had problems.
You gotta
Yeah.
be, it's a very.
I'm just saying.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah. Just find it. Find it, Matt. Where is it?
Until you find it, just go.
Find-
It's
Into the
Into the
microphone,
mic.
please.
As loud as you can.
Let's no.
You don't want to leave
reason-
any empty space when other people could talk.
The
when
reason
you're
why Bruno
thinking.
was a monster, I'll find it.
And if
Where's-
you're only listening, I want you to know Matt keeps putting his hand up while other people are talking.
I was going to say something about that. First, okay, couple things. We're not in school. This is not a visual medium.
Well, there is video.
And then he just talked through other people anyway.
Yeah, why even put up your hand when you're going to just interrupt?
It's just
What
I
kind of
got to do the
student-
same thing again, guys.
it's common courtesy, I guess.
It is.
Yeah, common courtesy.
I'm
Put
just
your hand
glad
up
you're all
before you-
coming down hard on Matt.
when you really
I
want to
was
interrupt,
interrupting
you
a
like
lot.
really put it high, like just get it right up there. Then we know he's got something to say.
You just say it. Honestly, if you're this far.
How is that Steamworks brewery?
I go there. We go there all the time. It's good.
Is it good?
Yeah, we go there with the babies.
Well, let me know next time you're going.
Actually, I shouldn't say we go there all the time, but we go there.
Why?
You
'Cause
shouldn't
COVID?
say it because it's not true.
Should we order a pizza or what?
A
could
few,
order
a few
pizza
months ago, we went
to
there
the
a lot.
podcast.
We'd walk
Yeah.
there. Did I invite you?
Put it on the
I invited
podcast
you.
account.
The other night I was hiking.
Right, so I was by
Wait.
I was by myself with Eloise, and,
It's a podcast.
and a thing fell through, and then a thing fell through, and I was like, "Oh, Bruno lives by me." And you
I
were
like
the
that.
second thing. You were the second thing, and then I went for a walk, and I ran into Tyler and Chris, anyways, in the alley. So it was like,
That's
it
crazy.
worked out. Yeah,
It was clearly because you were lonely. And
I was
you
lonely.
Thought maybe you'd run into someone. out there.
No, we go for a walk. Go for walks with Eloise.
Steamworks, like waterfront Steamworks?
No,
There's one right by my house.
It's okay to be lonely.
It's really cool. It's
I'm not
fucking
saying
it's a
that-
dope.
But it's not
Dude,
waterfront.
It's a brewery though.
It's not waterfront though, is what Kyle
It's a brewery
said.
with a tasting room.
Yeah.
I've never been.
What? No, you've
serves
been
beer.
to breweries.
That's where it's.
I've never been to
Hastings
that.
and Boundary?
Right. Yeah.
That place.
Hastings and Boundary.
Breweries are the new thing. If
I'm
you don't-
sick of them with all their fucking fruity beers and try this. Just give
I
me
just
fucking-
had a I
Just
had a
give me
beer. I
a
had a beer today.
straightforward
I had a
drink.
beer-
Yeah.
I just had a beer called Birthday Cake. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
birthday cake.
Honestly, sometimes it's like-
did you buy that?
Honestly, I'm just like,
dude.
I'll,
spent
do you
money
have
on some
Budweiser? I go to a
birthday
brewery. I'm
cake.
like, can I just get a Budweiser? I don't fucking care. Like,
Fucking
I don't-
here.
Yeah, we got some in the
So,
back.
Some dude in Vancouver, admittedly very creepy situation, chased some dude. Chased some.
Oh,
Yeah,
everybody
dude,
knows.
we
Everybody
were
knows
just
about that
talking
one.
about that.
That
was like
It's so
yesterday.
That
bad.
was all my social media was.
Yeah,
for
we all
a
know
day.
about that.
I have a
Just
knife. I have a knife because of that now. I'm gonna stab.
What are you
that guy.
talking? You worried about some guy?
No, I just
Oh,
carry,
you protect
carry a
them
knife now.
damsels?
Yeah, I gotta protect them damsels.
those delicate flowers.
No, it's pretty creepy, man. Like
That
he-
was rough.
He
Yeah.
he followed her up to the point where she walked to strangers, sat down with them at the skate park, and he was still
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. And I
It's-
don't want to downplay how obviously creepy. and
Yeah,
young
it's
that was, but,
that sounds.
but what I
really
was
bad.
There's no, there's no
wondering-
but.
There is no but. But what I'm.
And if you're gonna get to-
But I guess what I wonder is like, what's everybody's incentive, or what do they feel sharing this thing? Like,
Are you
Yeah.
silly? Because when she shared it, a bunch of people were like, "Oh my god, that exact same dude followed me the other day," and and with another guy, and when I brought out my pepper spray, they ran away. And the thing is the people at the skate park asked her, "Why didn't you call 911?" She said, "No, I wanted to document this. I wanted to fucking document this. This guy was fucking following me
actually
around
do
the block.
find-
They ran a block."
Good work, yeah.
It
Okay.
totally did, man. That guy's a fuckhead, and we need to
Yeah.
find. He clearly needs help. He's probably
Yeah.
mentally
I don't disagree that it was probably smart.
yeah,
to
like you
document
need
it
running
to a
shoes. You
degree.
gotta be faster, bro.
I did think that it was a little bit odd that it was like, yeah, documented, absolutely, but like, I find it.
she did the right thing,
No,
man.
let me finish. I do find it strange.
Can I finish?
I would like to finish. I do find it very weird that these days their first instinct is to capture the whole event front to back as much as we can on camera, as opposed to, I would have called the police, maybe go into a store or something. I'm not victim blaming.
But, no,
I
the
do.
thing
I
is,
don't.
is
I'm
she-
not. Is that good of a
she-
thing
no,
if there's a potential sexual assault? Like that's been
No,
pretty
but
documented.
she was
too.
smart.
No,
because,
no,
because
he's there.
She
He's
was
there in his daytime.
It wasn't at.
It's a different thing.
It wasn't at nighttime. You know that's what was weird about it.
Yeah,
You know,
it is
wasn't
weird.
at
It is
nighttime,
horrible.
so she felt like, okay, there's lots of people around, so I'm just going to document the fact that this guy was following me around. She walked around the block like twice, and then eventually ended up at the skate park.
No, I
She
get
was
it.
smart to do that. You know
I
what
get
I mean?
it. I don't-
It had it been
yeah.
any other situation,
brave.
she
I don't-
probably
I don't
would have
know
been.
what- I don't know what question to ask here. I don't know how to phrase it because it's complex, but it's just like
It's kind of new.
this-
It's new that this happened.
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
it's such
it just happened.
It's a thing that was dangerous and strange, but it consumed so much of people's attention and energy that day.
But guess what? We'll forget about it like tomorrow.
here's
We're
the
gonna
thing.
forget about it tomorrow, so don't worry about it.
no,
Yeah,
like,
it's a weird thing though. Like something I did think about, and something I've read a lot about is social contagions, and it's like there is a tangible downside to constantly sharing all these kind of situations because people do tend to recreate those situations. It's a very tangible, well studied thing that social contagion.
Some creepy
You also
guy is
get-
like, oh, yeah, you can
know.
just follow. them.
Yeah, you can also get
Brilliant.
narcissists like my woke wife
Copycats.
who took that opportunity to post
make it about them.
how she
Oh.
does these things to make
Yeah.
other
A
women
lot
feel
of-
safe
a lot
because
of
she's
people
so great.
did that
so
on my
she
Facebook.
made
A lot
something
of people
that was
Yeah.
about someone.
on what I was trying
Yeah,
to
Right.
say.
I want to make a.
It's something
And people make it about themselves when
I-
really it's like this is a thing that happened.
I
to
do
this
want to make
woman.
it
About
very
sharing your
clear.
experience, though.
Just give me a second. I do want to make it very clear. It was a horrible thing that happened to that woman.
course.
And I'm not like victim.
course.
I
What
would never
happened to her?
victim blame
Oh,
her.
thank
I
God
just
you
like I
cleared that
did
up.
have some. I was like, yeah, this is a very like. It's a modern problem. Like, there's something to think about at least.
Yeah.
Where our first reaction is to pull out our phone for a long time. I'm not victim blaming. I'm just saying like there are consequences of the fact that it was shared. So like we all heard about it.
But here's
We
here's
weren't
another
looking at-
angle too, right? Is
Yeah.
like, so that guy maybe is a sexual predator, or maybe he's a future sexual predator, and he's just warming up, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
people do
It's
that,
true.
right?
Yeah, it could
Like,
be very
they-
helpful to get it out first.
Serial killers kill animals first, right? Like this could be him getting into his groove. So it is scary and potentially
Yeah,
very
yeah.
serious.
He got arrested today.
But the
apparently.
problem is like, the police can't do anything with he followed me.
He
did have a knife,
They
though.
can because they were
Didn't he
looking
pull out
for
a
him.
knife?
They were
Did he
looking
have
for
a
him
knife?
because what
Yeah,
that
eventually he pulled a
yeah,
knife, didn't
yeah,
he
he
not?
did in the video.
That's criminal.
And,
Yeah,
and,
that's yeah.
And what the video did is multiple people, a lot of females said that same dude, and maybe
Yeah.
they're wrong, maybe it wasn't the same dude, but anyways, the cops investigated, and someone just told me outside, don't quote me on this, he got arrested. They found him.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
because of
Yeah, that
what
guy's
she
a
did,
nightmare.
the outcome is, who is this dude? Let's find him. Because
Yeah.
what she did in that initial post, she posted all of the news media. She said, "What the fuck are you doing
Right.
about this?"
But what's going to happen?
Here's a weird question, with this scenario and Me Too. It's like, so is this our way forward? Is this how we're going to solve problems? Because this is going to get real ugly.
I really,
Vigilantism.
guys,
Constantly crowdsourcing and blowing up.
Yeah, it's
Before-
a weird system. I get how it worked out in this situation. I get how it works.
may work.
It-
Our
it-
whole justice system is based on the fact that we would rather let some, bad people go free than put innocents. in jail,
unfortunately,
right? So
it's men
that's the
have a
problem.
curfew will be the outcome.
So,
Well, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Men
It's-
have a curfew.
Man,
So
yeah.
what are you-
That will go over well.
like, so where do you stand on somebody that
What?
lures, pretends to be like a 12-year-old girl online and
I'm
lures
for
that
it.
person to a shopping center and then
Hashtag me too.
I mean, finish your
Finish your
what
thought.
you're saying.
someone that pretends to be a 12-year-old girl on the internet and flirts with a guy and is like, oh, I want to suck your dick or whatever, and then they get the guy to come to a shopping mall or something, and then they call him out as a pedophile
Like online or as a way to actually trap a sexual predator?
as a way to trap a sexual predator as a vigilante.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because obviously,
Obviously,
if
that
they're
guy's-
actually catching sexual predators,
think
that's
that's the end of the world.
hard to
It's-
argue with it. Vigilante justice in general freaks
There
me
are
out. Though,
there are
but
basic.
it's
Weird
mixed.
shit
I don't know how I
happens
feel
when you
about
involve
it.
tens
I don't
of
know.
Thousands or millions
hard.
of people.
That's a hard one.
It's a hard one.
I feel like
That's a
those
really
are.
hard one.
It's not hard.
There's
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 only one or two parties involved.
Tyler had a story. Sorry to interrupt, but in Surrey, apparently this was a couple years ago. There was the predator catchers. They had a catchy name.
Yeah.
And one of the guys they got turned out to be a severely mentally challenged, 19-year-old guy who made a date to hang out with a 12-year-old chick or something. But it was unclear what his intentions were. People were like there was no implicit sexual, suggestions. He might have
some
actually
of
just
them
been a
were
sad,
Well,
lonely guy
Yeah.
who doesn't have friends trying to
important to
connect
be
to a human.
nuanced.
Right, and they come out with their cell phones did you know that
Well,
you
and
were
they're
actually blah blah blah, and it's
like some simple.
They're really scary. They were really, they're big dudes, and they're like, you're a fucking creep.
Yeah.
What's up, you fucking goof? And it's
Yeah.
they're not. It's I don't think that's necessarily the right answer. I think maybe you should get some police involved. I feel like it's show up at a place and
Yeah.
just physically accost a guy for something you may have it's it depends on the conversation. If they were having a conversation, they were trying to, if you're having a conversation with someone and somebody brings up sex, it's maybe if you're a retarded 19-year-old, maybe you're oh, maybe.
yeah.
If you're lulled in, lured into it, it's
Yeah.
there's certain instances where it's creeps are fucking creeps, but sometimes it's maybe they were kind of entrapped into it.
Yeah, that does
That's
happen.
where
That's that
vigilantes,
isn't that the whole argument.
Entrapment
for,
is a thing.
for that. The process that we have for determining people is guilt, right? I mean, we need that because it's.
I think as a
it's not.
society,
It's not always black and white, right? There's always these situations.
we
where
need
it's
to
like,
stop. We need to stop not differentiating between men who are sexually attracted to a 15 or 16-year-old who is sexually developed and men who are attracted to 10-year-olds. That's a big difference. We call them both
It's
pedophiles.
not- it's-
There's a
right?
word
but
for
the truth, yeah, there probably is. But in general, it's really
Oh,
common.
but
to
the
hear people
general public doesn't.
If you're a
make
guy
those
caught with
distinctions when
pictures
they
of
really
a
should.
16-year-old girl, it's a pedophile.
there-
I'm
But
sure
it's
that
is
shit
actually.
escalates, though. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying
sure-
it's okay. I don't think
I think socially, it's not.
I think it's good that it's illegal for grown men
We
to
need-
date
we
15-year-old
need to
girls. That's a
talk-
good thing. But, your whole body is
pedophilia-
made to get boners for that.
Pedophilia is
So,
So
I know,
we
but it's
need to
the
talk
term is
about
being
it
muddled.
more.
Well,
Right.
I know.
they have found scientifically that it stimulates a different part of the brain. It's
It
a
does-
real thing, right? It's like they can naturally do.
Matt's putting his hand up. Yeah, Matt's putting his hand up.
everybody,
he has
Matt's
a
hand
point.
is up.
Matt disagrees.
I think we got to get
no,
someone
no,
who's a teacher who's like,
Do you need
Matt.
a buzzer? Do you need a buzzer?
Does Melissa make you put your hand up to talk to her?
that's it.
Does your woke wife make you put up your hands?
My woke wife is such a great.
That's the name of the podcast.
We have our first
It's
spin-off.
between my woke wife and Handsome in the Dark.
I think it should be my woke life because we're all talking about shit that we all have to fucking deal with constantly because you have to be more woke.
Yeah, it's not a bad name.
Then you have your woke fucking wife.
It might.
I'll be right back.
No, it might
Yeah.
typecast you into a category. You know, oh, now you're only going to be talking about all this. You know, but it
Did you guys have
The
any
woke
other
stuff is
things?
interesting, but I'm also it's getting tiring.
Yeah, so with regards to pedophilia, I mean, Melissa has talked about this podcast or
Great segue. Just a fucking great segue. Can we just talk about how really smooth that segue? With regards to pedophilia, my partner.
Never start anything with that sentence.
Just want to say that's not in the running for
That's how you
podcast
say
title.
it.
With regards to pedophilia.
Grandmothers,
I'm gonna
fucking-
need final cut privileges.
If you're addressing a widow, you use that line.
In regards to
anyways, you know, there is documentation of this kid who felt that he was a pedophile at a very young age, and he reached out to a therapist, and he developed there's a society that exists where he talks about his urges that he had, and he hopes to find other people at a young enough age to talk them and they have therapy together because
Yeah.
it is something wrong chemically in your brain.
I think-
and he came forward and there is a system out there for
I think the
for
problem-
young people who want to be pedophiles.
So it's like those
So we-
camps that turn gay people straight, but for
I
pedophiles.
think that I think that like with pedophiles, it's like with the whole like with the whole like on the internet, it's like you see a meme where it's like, I think a fucking pedophile should be a dead man. It's like, yeah, dude, we all fucking think that. Like nobody's like, yeah, go ahead and touch kids, but with the whole mentality of like every pedophile should be fucking dead, I feel like somebody that maybe is struggling with being attracted to young women or young men
Yeah.
might not go to a psychiatrist because they feel like they're
Yeah.
the fucking antichrist.
Yes.
And maybe if you're having those urges, you should have a place to go talk to, like
there-
a support
it
group.
exists. It exists.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is not
So
what I
this
thought I would
kid
come back to
started
when
that.
I came back.
Well, in regards to pedophilia, yes.
Laura
Yeah.
judges his own actions based on what people think, say, feel.
Well, yeah, and it's like,
That's just what a lot of these things come down to.
and that's the thing is, it's like, yeah, it's like you see with like QAnon memes and shit. People are like, yeah, it's like I hate pedophiles, and it's like, yeah,
Bold
man,
stance.
Of course,
Yeah.
you do.
You take
Hot
it-
take.
It's like I don't need to post that on the internet. You can assume that I fucking hate pedophiles. You can just assume that
Yeah,
about
but
me.
you know who don't hate pedophiles? Fucking Democrats.
Fucking Joe Biden.
We're gonna go full Q
Sleepy
here.
Joe.
We're going
Sleepy
full
Joe.
Q.
Did you guys see him fail?
Oh, it's QAnon.
Hey,
It's
he
QAnon
ran up
hour.
those
I was
stairs.
pretty concerned.
He ran up those stairs though. He fucking booked it. Oh come on, you would book it up those stairs.
Here's what I
Good
do
Lord.
recall: a
man.
couple of years ago, Trump went down a ramp, and the fucking coverage in the media was like, "Trump's being careful walking down a ramp. Look at him be careful."
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I remember that.
He was really shitty walking down the ramp,
was he
dude.
being careful?
Now that Joe
Was he?
Biden tripped going up these stairs,
He is old.
They said. It was windy though.
Yeah.
They said it was
pretty windy. There was a lot of fans.
That is not a good excuse. So the wind can knock this guy over.
Joe Biden is a fucking clown. All right? Guy's a fucking clown.
I think we should end it on that.
He is like,
I'd like to get a shoulder rub from him, though. It seems like he gives good
well,
shoulder
we
rubs.
know that. Have you
Well,
seen
have
the clips?
Have you seen all those videos of him groping
Yeah,
children?
it's a little bit. At first, when I heard
it's
that, I was
creepy.
like, "Leave him alone." And I saw
No,
the
then you
clips. And
watch the
I saw the
video
clips,
and
and I
you're
was like,
like,
"It's a
oh.
lot of clips."
It's a lot
It was
of
a
clips.
full.
He's the,
It was a
he's
30-minute.
uncle you avoid. He's the uncle you avoid.
It was like he narrowed in. He zeroed in on the youngest like teenage girl every single time.
They
He
look
was like-
really uncomfortable.
He was
Yeah.
like, yes, yeah. I am the vice president.
just so the listeners
The worst.
know.
It was
And,
really bad.
Well, there
really
were some
bad.
like governors who would like push him away from their kid,
their children?
You know?
Yeah,
They'd
there's
get
a couple
fucking
instances where they're
way.
like-
Get a fucking-
feeling protective.
Man,
You believe
Don't go
that
to
these
school.
videos are true? It makes you a QAnon believer.
We're going full Q here. Full Q.
The fact those videos exist makes
That's got to be a wake up call though. When your friends want to keep you away from their kids, that's got to be. The
And
moment
like,
you're
he's fine, but also on this side of the room, not that side of the room where he is.
Well,
That's not good.
Hey, man. I mean, there's no. There's no.
That's a great point.
You know,
That's a great point, Matt. We're glad
You
you
didn't
hear it.
raise your hand, man. You got to raise your hand before you.
you know what? Actually, it was a weird thing with Joe Biden is like he had sexual assault accusers come out, and specifically the Me Too movement, the people who actually run the organization, were like, "Yeah, but he's our guy. We're not going to do the story."
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is there
We're not doing the
Is
story.
there any like people who've come forward and said that?
Yeah, there was a huge Tara. Somebody worked for him.
Tara Reid.
Huge,
Not
like,
the Tara Reid
highly
that's
credible.
hot.
There's even a phone call her mother made to Larry King. You can actually watch where he's talking about him, about she has I have a daughter who's working for a high profile dude, and it's very inappropriate, this and that, and like it's like a real thing, and then it was like, well, he's a Democrat, so we're not going to investigate any of that.
He is a Democrat.
So
Doesn't fit the narrative.
doesn't fit the narrative.
Doesn't fit the narrative.
Some examples of the light touch media reporting.
Unfortunately, guys, I'm
The
out.
fucking media.
Ibrahim's Kennedy's
I'm out.
daughter came
You're
home
outta here?
from school
I'm out. Yeah.
See you later, buddy.
and said,
I gotta go home to my wife.
I'll send you the
Nice to see you.
podcast. You tell me what you want
Did you see
bleeped.
that?
No.
I can replace
Probably
any
the
word with any
stuff-
word.
Probably the stuff
You tell
about.
me. You give me timestamps. You give me
Everybody
timestamps.
making fun of me.
So
No, you
Ibrahim-
That's like the
stay
whole
true to yourself, man. I
podcast.
respect that.
That dude's nice.
Just wait till you leave.
Yes.
his daughter came home
Hey, whoa.
from school one day. He tells this
Can I have this
during a
tomorrow?
Zoom
Can we
meeting
have a
or
copy
whatever.
of it tomorrow?
No.
Okay, wait. Everybody
She
calm
comes home
down.
and says, "I think
Whoa,
I
whoa,
want
whoa.
to transition."
Wait,
to
start
a
the
man."
start the story over. Start the story
I got-
over.
so we're talking
You
about-
gotta start the
Hey,
story.
let Matt leave first.
Yeah, you gotta start. You gotta
See
start.
y'all later.
You're leaving, and then he'll tell the story.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Love you guys. See you later.
Take care, bud.
Bye, guys.
See you, Matt.
Bye, Matt. Love you, buddy.
I had a hard time getting a boner not last Friday, but the Friday before, because I didn't get one. I did get one for a little bit, but then it was a floppy.
Yeah.
But I still tried to put it
You
in.
know, underrated floppies, I think.
So you
A
were
floppy
pushing
can be
for-
nice. A floppy can be nice if it's like still like 80% and
Oh.
up, because you can hit it pretty hard. And
Better
it's
for
still hard-
whipping.
It's easy
Better
on
for
the pussy.
whipping.
I think half the time it goes sideways, it's panic. You're 50, 60%, and then you start worrying about it, and then the fucking...
Well, you see, the problem is that this chick was talking about she was into breeding, right? So I was like I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna fill you up with every fucking drop, lady. I'm gonna save it up. I'm gonna get you fucking pregnant.
This is
Never
what
in
she
my shop,
wanted.
but she's all
Remember, this
fucking
is what she
dusty.
wanted.
Yeah,
Right?
You never
Clear.
told us how hot she was.
yeah, she was pretty hot.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was pretty hot. Yeah, she was hot. She was hot. She had big titties, and I do really find big titties often disappointing.
An encumbrance.
An encumbrance.
Well, there's gravity. There's
She's
gravity
also-
in
she was-
everything. There's
She was
gravity.
tall. She was tall too. She was like 5'9". So I don't know. I prefer petite women.
The problem with big titties is like I'm trying to see their character and like their
It
achievements.
gets in the way.
And
It
then
gets in the
all
way.
I see
Yeah.
is the titties. You know?
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah,
she
it's
was
like,
into
I
this
wanna see it
breeding
for
thing.
you.
So I started.
It's unfair.
She was blowing me, and I was like, and I was just in my head, it was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get you pregnant. I was talking about shit, and I was like, fuck. And then she also was about like getting choked and gagged and shit. So I was
This
trying to
is a lot of dangerous kinks here.
So I was trying to like, I was usually when I'm getting a blowjob, I just get the blowjob, but I felt like I had to like commit to like trying to choke her with my dick because that's what she's about. And if she was all like, but I don't know. And I was kind of like,
it's tough.
and she's on the fucking floor of my shop, and there's cigarette butts and fucking sawdust and shit all over the place. She's wearing black pants, she's covered in fucking sawdust, and
You're like, oh, that's not gonna wash out. That's
and then she's looking up at me, right? And I was like, I'm not like, I'm not. Like, I was hard, but it wasn't like, usually when your
Thinking
dick.
about all those cabinets he had to build.
Well, usually there was a cabinet on the fucking bench. I had to move out of the fucking way when I propped her up, and I was gonna start fucking her, and then I was kind of like, I was thinking like, I gotta fucking blap in this chick, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm gonna take her word for it that she's on birth control, even though she has a
That's
fucking
what I was talking
breeding
about.
fetish.
I was talking about the breeding fetish and how it's dangerous.
No, I'm saying, yeah, it's super
Because
fucking
it easily
dangerous.
goes from fetish to just like normal stuff really
Well,
fast.
Yeah, and she
I
saw,
don't.
she wanted to be
I
a
wouldn't
housewife.
call that a fetish, though.
It's
I
like-
would just say it's like
It is a
that's
It's like
fetish.
she's
natural.
just like
fetish.
5 years
It's not
away
a
from that
fetish.
being normal.
No,
for
they
her.
want to be treated. She wants to be treated like fucking cattle. She wants
Well,
to be
yeah.
treated
So,
like
like,
that's
I wanna
not normal.
Fuck you for your bodily function.
But is the point to actually breed with her?
Yeah. So anyway,
So that's not a fetish. That's just what
It's most people's reality.
That's biology. That's like what
that's
we
why
do.
I say
We
it's so
breed.
dangerous. It's so dangerous.
That's the least fetish thing about sex possible.
So I got
That's true.
scared and I put it in there and I was
That's
hitting
very
it with
true.
a floppy. You know.
yeah, I understand. I mean, I want to make fun of you, but I can't because
Yeah,
it's so
well,
real.
I felt really. You know,
was like,
you guys
yeah.
were really nice about it when I brought it up in the
And
chat.
I was
You're
like, no,
"Oh, I
that
understand."
sounds like
Yeah.
exactly how it would have went for me if I was in that exact situation. If like, oh, it's too intense.
I only
and
heard
I
the
don't-
last half of the story, but I'm
You got headphones on now.
quite
I
interested.
feel like
in the
like
first.
people walked out during my story, so I feel like it wasn't that good.
Like we are all have to pee sometimes, though.
they're
No, that's
peeing
fine.
and smoking.
There's two
and
people.
shit.
I didn't mean to hijack the fucking thing. Is all. I
No,
just
no,
got
that is a
excited.
great story.
Actually, every time
Fantastic
you talk,
story.
the viewers go up. See,
Yeah, the counter is out of control.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's when I decided to tell that
so
story.
keep talking right now.
It's kind of more to it a little bit.
Another story.
Okay.
I was supposed to hang out with her tomorrow, but I don't really want to.
Oh, really?
I was
is that
ta-
still that's still happening on somewhat? Thing?
I don't know. I don't really. We're talking less about fucking. I'm not getting titty pictures. And
How do you
shit.
so suddenly go back into fucking and shit with, you know,
do you mean?
so quick? Kind of. It feels fast.
It's fine. Don't need to question it.
Oh, I'm just cool.
Yeah, he's just a cool
That's
guy.
the.
I'm just cool.
You know
yeah.
what?
I
Good.
will accept that answer.
Yeah, I'm just cool.
You know what cool dudes do better than anyone else? They forget their immediate past.
Yeah. Like I'm
Immediate
already.
past
I got a date with another
is
girl
good.
tomorrow that I like. I met her the other day. I went out and I had coffee with her and we had dinner after, and it was really nice. And she's a really nice lady.
You know what I really don't like is when bros, like my bros here, especially all of you guys, they're women, don't treat them right. I know how good of a fucking guy you are,
Yeah.
and it fucking hurts me when fucking you guys don't get treated right by your women.
Yeah, you
It's
told
funny.
me some
Fuck.
stories, and I got a little angry the other day.
Yeah. You
But
know,
that's
I-
natural.
I
you don't.
Yeah.
you,
I also
you deserve so much more, and you will find.
I also, it's like I find like when you're on the internet and you're on like Tinder and Bumble, it's like you're swiping, and a certain level of girl is the one you match with, and it's fine. It's like yeah, some of them are way hotter. You know what I mean? You talk to them and they're kind of fucking boring, but it's like I feel like for me, it's like all right, so that's my league. You know, it's like yeah, they're about this
Sure.
level of hot.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you swipe a fatty by mistake or whatever, and that's fine too. But,
Some
like,
fatties are hot though.
some fatties are fucking hot.
Yeah, it happens.
No, they're
yeah, it
like,
does.
Yeah, like Lizzo, like, kind of.
I don't know what that
I
is.
don't know what that
but
is either, but it sounds great.
hot,
Yeah,
yeah.
it sounds
She's
great.
a hot,
Lizzo?
fat black lady.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll work. Yeah,
It's like they hold themselves well, yeah. But anyway, it's like so for me, it's like it's also like it's easier to get back in the game when your
What-
standards aren't fucking too high.
my question though is she actually hot or fat?
Lizzo would look way better not fat, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's usually the
But
case.
a
But
little.
she's working
fat.
on her.
Yeah, but
fitness.
sometimes it's good
yeah.
though. It's still good.
Some big
Listen,
girls. are-
when I
some
wake
big
up
girls
in the
are hot.
morning, sometimes I don't know what I'm gonna end up.
I don't
jerking
know
off
what I
to.
want
Have
ever. Who
you-
knows what they want?
Some-
Have
Sometimes-
you ever experienced a thick woman with a summer dress on?
Well, yeah.
Actually, no.
Actually, yes.
I
Like-
haven't.
like physically,
Yes.
and it was fucking beautiful, wasn't it?
It's a big time white pill.
It's like
We'll put it
it's
that
like
way.
with the linen
What is that?
and the
It's a-
pillowy
What
is that?
dress. It's
It
just
makes
fucking-
you realize what breeding is all about. We'll just
It's
put it
just
that way.
wonderful. It's just a wonderful
It's a-
textural experience.
yeah, I believe you. Mm-hmm. I wish I knew.
You're
Well,
better looking than me, so your
I mean, I
league's
think-
probably a little bit higher.
I believe it's been established that like skinny versus fat women is actually quite cultural for attraction purposes
Yeah.
because like
Don't
here-
tell your doctor that.
here we
All right. You don't know.
This podcast got better.
but there's places on
Your
the
doctor a lesson.
there's places even today where a lot of people are starving and the women who want to get courted they fucking force feed themselves to get all fat and guys are like
Courted.
Yeah.
these
Courted.
fat chicks are hot because
Yeah.
that's what I need
It's
to
it's like how I noticed that it's like women over 30 are more attracted to me than under 30 because now it's like I look like a guy that has money, which is something that you're more concerned about when you're maybe thinking about starting a family.
I still look irresponsible, so I only get looks from younger women, and
Like
the older women look like
24-year-olds.
that's
They
why
they
that
they,
happens.
they look at me and
fucking
they
tight.
think it's like
This guy's dangerous.
they're like, no, he doesn't have
actually
any money.
or is that
older
kind
women?
of
Really?
The older women don't. I don't think that.
or
they-
is that what you absolutely don't want to go for? You actually want to be out on the street attracting not teenage girls.
I'm not saying what I want. I'm just saying what happens.
I know what you're saying. What happens? I'm saying, is that what you want? Like,
No. But older.
maybe
is,
you want
older
to.
is better.
Maybe you want to attract.
Not too old, obviously.
Like
'cause-
20, 25.
Not
Yeah, 25
teenagers.
max.
25.
We're talking about older
You made
women.
it seem like you meant that's the oldest. You'd go.
Older.
Yeah, I noticed it's like when I look at girls
That's-
on the internet that are
same
my
thing happens to
age,
me,
they
though,
look
yeah.
old.
It's true.
It's like, oh, they look old. And it's like, how old? Oh, she's my age.
I
am
find the same
fucking
thing
old.
happens. Is like, if I do get looks from girls, they tend to be quite young.
Tight.
But that's actually not what you want because
was
because-
dangerous.
looks from women that are older than
yeah, because
You
you're
work-
a fucking strong, successful, tall
Also,
man.
you work for the Canadian government in a couple different ways.
They can smell the
that-
union on you.
That union man stench is strong as fucking rancid jalapenos. That's what
Wow.
it is.
A
We
ra-
getting some pizza.
I'm making sense.
can a jalapeno go rancid?
I don't think so. Not if it's pickled.
Not
So
if it's-
I take it back. But still, you know what I'm getting at.
But I
Yeah.
I get these looks from older women, and they're all they all look fucking attractive. Every older woman, it's like fuck yeah.
You're in Canada Post now. You are mingling with the, in my experience, exclusively female, blonde,
Sean.
shorted, middle-aged women that.
In
Are
fact,
you fucking?
Actually, the majority is like middle-aged.
There's-
Filipino women.
There's no way that you won't have sex
Are you
opportunities
fucking-
from that job.
I need to
'Cause it
have you
should
back.
be.
I was gonna have a whole episode that I wanted to do on the CBC, and you're the closest person to an expert because you work for the Canadian government somewhat, and I wanted to have you in on that. You know, you can be a highlight of the episode.
Speaking of some
I'll ask you some hard
CBC
questions.
shit.
Will you come back? Is my answer? Is my question?
I'll come back to
Come
this.
back.
So-
I'm about to quit Canada Post actually.
Last
Well,
night,
I'll get you in before that.
Last night I rewatched this old documentary. I think we probably all watched Carts of Darkness.
Cards of Darkness?
Yeah, Carts of Darkness. I think
Not
we've all
heard-
seen that.
I've
Maybe
I've not heard. I've not watched that.
nobody here has seen Carts of
Is that
Darkness.
the one about the guys in
North
race their
Van-
carts?
The
in
guys in North
Vancouver?
Van who like they race carts down the fucking mountain highway in Keith Road, and they're gnarly. They go to jail. They're homeless. They live by the river. They're river people in North Van.
River people.
Do they abide by
folk.
the river laws?
They're
But my point-
stewards in Hobbiton lore.
But and it's a really good documentary. But John was talking about like his postal work, and I was thinking he could do a similar documentary where he goes around banging chicks.
You talking about John? Wait,
Yeah.
who, and
John
then,
Page, fucking middle-aged. Did you
Philip
say Puerto Rican?
Filipino.
is this based on
okay.
his status as a Canada Post worker?
It's
Is
not
that what
racist.
you're talking about?
There's a lot of them here.
Oh, it's just racist that I couldn't fucking figure out a race.
Yeah, that is.
That's racist.
You are awful because
Yeah.
of that.
So they both start with a P. They look the same.
It's funny that like,
Also, it's
that
not a
is
race.
with, like postal
They
work
what?
as
That's
opposed
how
to being
racist I am.
longshoremen, but,
I didn't even know
Filipinos are
those-
racist.
Let's crank your mic up here, bud.
We're gonna change the
Chris
phrase
is racist.
"going postal." It's actually gonna mean banging 40-year-olds soon because of John Page.
Kyle,
40-year-old
Kyle,
Filipino
you've
ladies
traveled.
are like basically like a 25-year-old white lady though.
We'll put a.
They
we'll
age
put a
way
pin in
better
that.
because a white chick used up.
We can
Gotta get rid of that.
We can edit that out. We can edit that
But
out.
we'll have this part where
that's
we
the
say we
only
edited it
thing I'm
out.
going to edit out is just that. Everything else is good.
No, this is the kind of thing
Everything
that
else-
gets
yeah.
released years later after we're all fucking millionaires.
Also,
She's,
this-
she's not gonna fucking listen to this. She'd be livid.
Don't this. Yeah.
I'm actually live streaming this entire thing,
Yeah.
Oh no.
We're on Twitch right now.
and she's a tier
Procky.
3 subscriber.
You know-
Twitch.tv/Procky.
Matt Pelkey's the only one in there that's worth listening to. Oh my god.
100%. That's a takeaway. 100%.
Did anyone
Yeah.
notice that?
No.
Did, did anyone else notice that
Candy.
wearing a mask?
Right. He's. Yeah.
So,
I'll change candy to candy in my instance and your instance.
Did anyone notice that Candy was wearing a mask?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna happen.
Sweet,
I can do
sweet
that.
Ken.
Did anyone else know that Candy was wearing a mask?
I will do it really close to the mic. Candy.
I don't see many.
Just by the way, the
Yeah, I don't see masks.
Had a COVID test right before this podcast.
Who did? You did?
And all of us tested negative, and so we're just
Also,
So I didn't. I
hopefully
was
that's-
around your kid.
I would
that
like-
cold.
Hopefully
I would-
not a false negative.
I would like to personally, fully, this is real, is that Bonnie Henry has personally endorsed this podcast. That's real.
We'd like to thank you.
I'm
Bonnie
in
Henry,
contact
for
with her email. Yahoo.
endorsing
I
this.
think the best political move she made was taking away outdoor gatherings, which never had any risk, as like a bargaining chip.
She
So
wanted
for
people
later,
inside.
They'd be like,
Yeah.
outdoor gatherings are safe. They were.
Right, they brought it
It's
back.
good politics.
That is good
She's
politics.
been
You bring
pretty
it back.
science-based, she's been pretty solid, but like that was some.
Why does it make me want to
fucking-
shoot myself in the face when I hear her talk?
She's
And
a
it's like,
fucking
just
loser.
think
That's
that
why. She's a
everybody-
fucking goddamn loser.
everybody
You
could
know you
just
loser when you see one.
Think about
she's
other
not a
people
loser,
and the
but
fact that a lot of
I've
people
heard her
are
too many
suffering.
times.
So, I think if we just get it together and that if everybody does their part, we can really get through this thing.
Remember team building exercises.
Also, I'm writing a book now.
She's gonna have a book.
I enjoy the Doug Ford update.
She has a book.
Just
She just released a book.
Well, he knows how to keep it colorful.
It's really fucking.
Yeah.
Have
Doug,
you seen that?
you know what? Doug Ford's a good Canadian boy. Don't show this to Carly.
Yeah, she is from Ontario and she takes that
She does not like the Fords.
I like the.
It's understandable. They are.
I thought the Rob Ford story was
More of that
a good example of how you can be fucked up on drugs and still be a fucking good person. And
He's a hero.
Yeah, he's a hero.
I think is what you're saying.
No, I didn't say that.
one of my favorite
But
Gian
You
But I
Gomez.
implied
think
it
it's
heavily.
It's amazing to me
You
you can be a crackhead and be that fat.
It's true.
Like that's
No,
incredible.
some crackheads.
Do you remember when he
I
kept-
got fat when I did
he was just
when
a
I did
fat guy
coke?
that
I got
smoked
fat.
crack that night.
When he was on crack, he said brother like he was Hulk Hogan. He was like,
No,
brother, if
When he grabs some guy by the neck, brother.
when he does crack, he's Hulk Hogan. That's
I-
what happens to him.
I will say this: when I was using a lot of cocaine, it actually did make me fat because like I would binge out on it and stay up all night and not eat. Like food made me sick just to think about even eating it. But then when I came down off the coke, I would gorge myself.
I heard that's a
And-
myth.
Who told you that? My ex girlfriend?
Yeah, it was someone.
This is a personal story.
It was one of them.
This is a personal story.
It was one of your ex girlfriends, bro.
No, but just seriously, it did. I after that I was like, oh, because like Chris just said, he's like on South Park. They show these fat crackhead. Maybe he didn't say anything about South Park.
I don't remember him.
That's
he
where
doesn't
my
even like
brain
South
went.
Park, but
That's where my brain went. But anyway, they show
it's good though.
they show Cartman's family and they're all fat crackheads, and you're like, well, that's weird. How could a crackhead get fat? But I did
Right.
because I would binge out on the coke,
Living proof.
and then when I came down, I would eat like
Pho.
so much food.
Just
It was
so much
fucking
pho.
ridiculous.
Consider this an infomercial
Pho,
for
right?
fat
Yes,
cokeheads.
actually, that's part of it. The pho. Yeah.
I thought you were back there.
One of the things our podcast likes to do
This
is
whole
raise
time.
awareness for
I did. I was like-
crackhead
I
obesity.
guess I favor my
This
left.
is a real problem.
Has it been discussed enough?
And not a lot of people talking
You know
about
what? Pho is a problem. It really is. It makes sense. He was talking about it. It was
You
like, you know what?
can't-
You can't.
you can't
People
get-
don't
you can't take-
quantify fat in a soup.
But
no
you
one
also
does.
you can't get it for takeout.
Right, because you're in there.
I've heard people say you can get like a pho Thai or whatever and take it out.
I remember actually.
But-
I specifically
You
got
can't.
it.
Like,
I got it though.
I've tried. And
It's not great,
they
but you can
send
do it.
If you're taking it seriously, you do not do that.
No, it's because it's
You
cold.
absolutely can't.
It's cold.
And
Well, you get the noodles and the broth separate, but it's still not.
I
well,
got the
then what?
meat.
You put the broth in a different bowl and the noodles in a different bowl, and you take it home,
This is important.
and then you mix them up. The fucking broth has gone down by like 100 degrees at that point.
Specifically, they may
It's
give
got to
you
be
your
scalding
beef
hot.
raw,
Scalding.
separate from your broth, right?
That's the
And-
whole point
Right,
of
yeah.
the soup.
It's
Yeah,
a.
it does fuck.
It's a
The
hot
temperature.
pot.
The
It's a
temperatures
real-
are very important.
Well, it's a real time mix of
I'm
raw
just-
meat.
I'm just making the take-home pho argument. I'm not
It's a bad idea.
Well, it's been done. I've done it.
You
but it's
can't.
not
done it,
great.
but I
You can do
regretted
it with
it.
It's not
certain
great.
dishes.
I only did it one time. To your credit.
Unless
That's definitely a soup that'll make you fat as fuck. It is just
It actually-
cornucopia of calories.
No one thinks
true.
of soup
I-
as a fattening.
I think Saul has actually remembered an old story of mine where I
remember a lot
ate
of old
fuck
stories.
ton of pho, and I'd take it home sometimes and put it in the fridge, and I'd take it out, and there'd be like a thick layer,
heavy, fat,
layer on top, and it's like
You're like, oh, that's fine, I guess.
I'm like this fucking, and that's how it tastes
that
so
broth
good.
Is oily as fuck.
It
Then
really
you got
is.
The fatty
And it's-
meat, and then you got rice noodles.
It's what got me. That's fucking, but it's good, man.
It's a silent,
worth-
it's
it
a
is
silent
worth it.
killer.
It is worth it.
It's also great, and the prices are crazy specific. Sometimes it's like, oh, this soup is $4.27. Like what is up with that?
Yeah, $4.27.
And it's not more than
A
that.
spring roll
That's
is 29.5 cents.
It's
Yeah.
it's the Vietnamese culture. It's no bullshit.
yeah, I like that. It's
It
very,
costs them
very great. Yeah.
$4.35 to make.
They're like these are
You're gonna
profit.
get it for $4.27. They're gonna
Yeah.
sell 9,000 today.
They've
Yeah,
crunched.
yeah,
They've
yeah.
crunched
They're
the
gonna lose
numbers.
a lot of money that way.
Yeah, they crunched the numbers, and it wasn't great.
My accountant is dyslexic, and I'm losing a lot of money.
I'm ditching my accountant this year.
But just to,
Are you?
I want to
Yeah,
attach.
I'm ditching. I'm going with someone else.
I just want to attach something to the getting fat from
An
pho.
attachment.
Appendix.
If like shit hits the fan, I'm gonna maybe survive a little longer than people who have less fat.
That's documented. That's a real thing.
That's true.
Depends how many scary
But
animals
do
we're
you-
running away
well,
from.
Also, how many vitamins are stored in that fat, right? I mean, what's your diet like? Also,
I think Bruno's point is actually the ultimate counter argument to what
I
just
didn't
said.
hear it, therefore it didn't happen.
It was like, but the fatter you get, the less you can run from predators. That's what he said.
Right. That is, if you watch Zombieland, that's the number
Also,
one lesson.
You need in this post-apocalyptic world, you need to catch prey. Not only do you need to run from predators, you need to catch prey. So you got to factor that into your
Yeah,
fat.
but how do humans?
I mean,
catch,
if your
how do
survival
humans
plan is to-
generally catch prey, Bruno? Not by running after them and catching them.
No, that's
No, we do.
You
Run it
use
to death.
you use traps and psychological traps like that.
Psychological.
But it's like
yeah.
you don't just like That's why it's it's cute when there's a movie of a guy grabbing a fish out of a river with his bare hand.
That's not
you
real.
Can't do
That's
that.
not real.
Inside
That's not a
every
real thing?
gold-digging
It'll slide out of your
woman
hand. They're
is
slippery
an
as fuck.
old, gnarly fur
They're so
trapper.
slippery.
Humans as hunters, before we had sophisticated
Fur
methods,
trapper.
What'd you
would
say?
exhaust prey. We'd run it down.
Inside every gold-digging woman is a gnarly old fur trapper just trying to make their way,
Like a pussy.
Oh, it's real.
Speaks to me.
We're gonna
I'll use
high
that
five
as a
about it.
soundbite for this episode. That'll be the one.
We'll make
That's a leading.
we'll make an advertisement, and that one quote.
Can you get me the
3
rights
seconds
to
will be the
My
whole
Name is
ad.
Mud? I want that to be the intro
I
song.
wanted to do that.
I want that to be the intro of this podcast.
I
and
was
then
thinking
it fades
those-
out. And then
Why don't we
we're
make
like,
our
"Oh,
own?
the podcast?
Why don't we make our
We
own?
could. I
music
would
thing?
thought that at first, and then I heard My Name is Mud like yesterday, and I was
you're
like,
like, "That's the one."
Well, also if you play My Name is Mud yourself, you won't get dinged.
No, you
up
still
on
need
YouTube.
rights to that. I think.
Okay.
Right,
Nah,
right
but
to
the-
cover.
It won't matter
Pop
until
quiz.
you get actually famous.
What is Mud's real name in the song?
I have to watch Delivery.
It's
or
like-
Deliverance.
Abercrombie, Delawicious.
The vocals are mixed low.
My name is Mud, but you can call me Abercrombie Delawicious. Anyway, I like that line.
I watched that with the kids the other day. I don't know. It was a little dark. They didn't get it. It was about burying bodies, but I knew.
They would understand.
Can you
that.
get me that, Kyle? I'm putting you on that.
Are you getting pizza right now, or are you getting rights to My Name is Mud?
No.
Yeah, I hope it's not neither.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle could get.
Can
rights
somebody
to
that knows how to get pizza like on the internet do that? Because I'm like,
Deliver it to the
I can do
studio.
that.
I know.
do that.
I know how to phone a
I'll do
number
it.
and talk to them on the phone.
I can
and be
do
like,
it with my
Hello,
phone.
human.
I got it.
I'd like
Yeah.
to order a
I
pizza.
got it. Yeah.
yeah. Do you want to have to take a break and go outside? I think that the nice part would be if we still kept talking to each other.
Well,
That's what I'm hoping.
We
I
either-
don't want it to stop.
either Saul like pauses it and then we do
It seems to be still going, which
Or
is,
he
I was
just-
just happy to check
or
in
he
and
just
see
leaves
that's
it
true.
going. We take a break and it keeps going, and then
Or we could shut her down
later.
too.
No, I would rather let
No.
it go and cut out the pizza part.
This isn't getting
If I
shut
have to
down
later.
yet. We still got a good hour, maybe.
This is a long podcast.
Yeah. Well,
But I
a lot
think
of
we
it's
should-
a lot of that. Oh, that whole Matt phase needs
Yeah,
to get cut.
that's 70% of the whole podcast.
So we'll get him
he
to
kept
come-
on and
we'll get him to
interjecting
come
with his nonsense.
We'll get him to come at like 7, and then we'll record for an hour, and then when he leaves, then we can start the fucking show.
recording part.
I liked what he had to say. Just I didn't need to hear it fucking 9 fucking times. God, that guy's a cunt.
Like, we'll actually hire someone to like fuck with Melissa at home, maybe like scratch at the door, throw pebbles at the window, so he has to go because he's
Right. That's smart.
You got it all done?
No, I think I'm gonna go to the website. I think I know how to do this.
All right.
Now that
I've had the
doing it.
websites backfire.
I think it's smart to just keep the recording on.
I'm gonna
And-
keep it on. I'll cut it
You
out
know,
later.
It's
We
kind of
might-
it's kind
there
of
could
great
be-
that the
there
most
could be-
progressive voice though is like such a loud mouth fucking.
He's the loudmouth. Everybody remember that he's the one who's talking over everybody else while we're trying to make fair points in a calm.
It's perfect.
Fair
It's actually
manner.
perfect.
Well, yeah, it's like
You
when it
know?
gets to a counterpoint, it's like I just
about
need to say
Matt?
my
Yeah.
point louder again.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, dude, we know you feel that way about it, and you're not wrong necessarily.
Well, he's a bit wrong in my opinion.
Yeah,
At least.
well, yeah.
At least my, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's why we're arguing.
No, it's an opinion. It's an opinion, and I respect it.
I'm sorry, Matt. If you're listening to this,
I think he liked this.
Yeah.
At least
I'm not sorry.
all publicity is good publicity.
both fair. Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
But I'm gonna get back to saying, like leave the recording going. Maybe we'll
It's-
take a
it-
break.
it
we
is
could
going.
we could break for 10, 15 minutes even. And
I
come back.
want to, we got to
What
say
if-
a word for our sponsor.
Right? Yeah, that is customary in
Brilliant.
most
You know,
podcasts.
have you gotten an escort yet?
No, but I was perusing today. I'm close.
You know what?
I might get laid tomorrow, in which case that'll set me back on another
few
3 or
months.
4
I
week
went-
cycle. But
Oh,
it's-
it's weeks.
I went to try to see Chloe the other day, and she was double booked. It's like, oh, there's a guy and then
Like-
another guy, and then you can go. And I was like, I mean, I would have, but it's like I didn't want to have to fucking wait for an hour and a half.
do you find yourself thinking like you want to go first thing in the morning when like she's
No, I would have gone anytime, but I didn't want to have to fucking wait. Like I didn't
Okay.
realize I had to make an appointment to see.
a lot of them do. I
Chloe.
mean, I'm
She
perusing
starts
that
at
Leo
2.
list thing sometimes, and it's like, yeah, you're on there at 9 a.m. They're
Those aren't the good ones.
It's all to remember. Prostitution is legal, at least on the woman's side of things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to say it's like I feel like, you know what I mean? She's like, oh, we got these other girls, and I was like, I don't want to fuck Chloe. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's not like I wanted to it's not like I needed to fuck. It's like I wanted to fuck. I wanted to have sex.
catching
with the girl.
feelings.
That's romantic.
No, she has a crazy pussy. And
Well,
she
you
takes
maybe
dink
why
crazy.
not try another one? I mean, it's like you're
I've tried
like,
a few. B.
Like you go to the dessert buffet.
Tried a few. Liked
you're
her the
like, I
best.
want ice cream. They're like, we have cheesecake. You're like, no, I have my heart set on ice cream. That's
Yeah.
actually pretty reasonable.
That's what I wanted the fucking ice
I
cream.
talked myself
I
out
didn't
at
want
one point.
cheesecake. You know what I'm saying?
No,
She took a crazy dicking. Can we edit this part out?
If you
From
want,
who, though?
you don't think about it. Because
It was-
I would like to leave it in.
It was crazy.
I'd like to leave it in if I could, but it's
Yeah.
all up to you. But you think about it.
I just shout out to Chloe. If you're listening, baby.
Chloe.
Wait a
Love
minute.
you.
Yeah, Chloe.
This is empowering if you think about it in a certain light for her.
Like it's like her take on the blowjob was a little bit weird because I feel like it's like it should be going in and out of the mouth for it to be the maximum.
she wasn't
amount of-
doing
no,
that.
it was a very like, it was quite like it was super like deep in there. She was super like choking on it. Like, but you could tell that her choking on it, she was like touching her pussy, and it was like it seemed kind of genuine. I was like, oh, you like getting choked by dicks, and she had a small
Oh,
face, so it was
That's how I know there's a Santa.
So like
It was cool.
You know how sometimes you go to a restaurant and the waitress is like kind of flirty with you It's
Every
like-
time.
Yeah, every
Every
almost-
time
it
when I go
almost-
That's why I go to restaurants.
Unless it's a dude.
It feels like
It's not
advertising.
the food.
It feels like
That's
advertising.
night, John. You know what I'm talking about.
I
What's
just
her name?
think-
Fucking-
I just yeah.
Yesterday,
You want to
kinda
make that
felt like-
whore your wife.
No, I just it's
that
like
whore
it was
my
she took a crazy piping and it was
Still
was
gonna
fucking
pay
cool.
you.
I paid her a
Stop
lot
fucking
too.
other dudes.
How much?
Can you quit fucking around with that?
Me?
Yeah, it's fucking
What's fucking
How come you're not wearing your headphones?
Am I fucking with you?
I figured it out.
Did you know that waitress from last night? She did a shot with us. Like,
She bought us all those shots.
and she did
Those
a shot
4
with
shots
us.
that she brought, that she did one with us, were on the house.
Did neither of you did you go down? Either with you?
No,
go
she just
get home
served us a couple times before.
Oh, that's cool. Good for her.
I wanted to go in for the number, but it was hard because it's scary. And
Well, yeah,
it's real
yeah.
life.
it's really scary.
You can be at home and be like, yeah, no problem. I'll just go up and ask. And then in real life, you're like, I'm going to go.
No. That's not how it works these days. You just ask, and they're afraid, and that's good.
I remember getting a few numbers as like a late teenager, early 20s, and then not having the guts to call them. I was like, that's dumb. You made it over that hump.
That is the big hump.
That's dumb. I don't know
I've
why
been there.
these old things still haunt me for some reason.
Yeah, I regret being such a little pussy.
I regret
Yeah,
most
I think
things
we
that
all
I've
do.
done.
more than robbing my friends.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I robbed my friends. They understand. I really, really, really wanted to get high, and I already did all those other drugs.
That's understandable. I understand that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like,
situation.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
then-
I didn't have sex
yeah.
with that girl. That was like, I remember
Yeah.
one time I had this girl in my parents' basement, and I had like a gas issue. Like, I don't know. It's like I really felt like I needed to fart, so I was like too scared to like do anything. Like, it's
yeah.
like I could have just like gone into the room and farted or something. You know what I mean? Like, I just fucking was a.
I've been in that situation. I've been in that situation though.
She
where you're
probably
just
would have
like,
laughed. Farts are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have been for years.
I can't believe what a
Probably
of
millions of
shit I
years.
am.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a
At
great
least
study.
At least
How
hundreds
long
of
have
thousands.
farts been funny?
I would fart in front of Chloe, no problem.
That's how you know it's real.
Shout out to Chloe.
Chloe.
Hey.
Oh dear.
You should go see Chloe. I think.
I kind of want to.
Yeah, she looks 15. Just
But
braces.
she isn't though.
Which
That's
is
key.
technically not pedophilia. We've established
We've
that.
established that earlier in the podcast.
This is satire. I would like to mention this is satire.
I'm serious.
Everything except for my love of that horror.
Yeah, no, that was all fine until he crossed the line just then.
How do I fucking do this shit, man? I just want to order some fucking Zob.
Remember like 5 minutes ago when I handed
Pizza
you
is
the
one of those
thing?
things that just hasn't gone online and gotten any better.
I've done this
Phone
before,
calls
and usually it's
I
really
swear.
easy and good, but
Is there any pineapple on that pizza you're about to order?
Fuck off with that. Is that bad for you or good? Say bad.
I hate pineapple.
I hate
Oh, right.
pineapple too.
Okay,
fucking figure
it
so we
out,
all hate.
dudes.
You know what? I've actually
Dudes,
I've warmed up on it a little bit.
No, there's no warming.
What do you?
up,
What's
like,
hap?
fuck
What?
that.
No, like I can tolerate it. I wouldn't choose it.
I picked the pineapple off.
You still pick it off? I found a way to deal with it. I would still never order
there's
it.
no-
I would never be like,
I just-
and that's a
If
pineapple.
there's
But I'm
pineapple
like,
on the pizza, it's like fuck it. I'm not hungry anymore.
you know, why is it so popular?
Tastes nice, man. It's
Skip Driver
sweet,
just
sweet
stole my
and meat.
food.
Oh, so you're pro pineapple?
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Stole my food.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna get
Yeah,
it.
they
You
have
to
to.
just
People
deliver.
have to exist
It
like
wasn't
pineapple.
delivered. He called me all confused and he
Yeah, hey,
didn't
can I
like
get a
use
pizza
the
for
buzzer.
delivery?
But then he, instead of like canceling the
604?
order, doing whatever he needed to do,
66?
because when they call you, it's this
9043.
like weird number. If you call them back, they're like, "This is a proxy service."
I'm gonna very condescendingly say white people problems,
Yeah.
Yeah. but also I feel bad because fuck that guy.
He actually, but he marked
People
the
say-
complaints and they
Yeah.
charged me.
He knows about buzzers.
Yeah, he knows about buzzers.
Of course, it's white people problems though. Like,
It's like a middle class and above issue. It's ridiculous. It's a silly thing to complain about.
Because if you're
But people
if you're
say-
low class, you're just standing in
people
the street
say like
and it doesn't.
first world problems, right? Oh, first world problems. It's like, yeah,
Doesn't
well,
make it any less irritating.
I mean,
Yeah.
if your problem is like, oh, my hut leaks, you know, my grass hut doesn't. I don't know. But like,
Well,
we
you know-
live in the world we live in, so why are you?
Yeah, no, totally. You know, also if you're poor, you're probably already standing in the street when they show up, right? No,
I'm what?
I'm just
We weren't ordering sushi to begin with.
yeah. Also that sushi.
It was $50 worth of
Okay,
sushi.
okay. You know what's a real problem is you want to order a pizza, but you don't have an address. But
yeah,
you know
that is
that's a
real.
fucking problem. The
You
pizza
know
guy's
what?
like, sorry, I need an address.
Pizza industry is classic.
Can't you just walk to a pizza store and just get something?
Not if you're in Cloverdale, maybe
Squamish.
Squamish. I don't know, wherever.
I don't know. Just
But
Or if you're Elaine in
Go to the
Seinfeld.
nearest house
But
or
what
address,
if you're a
you go to the
rural
nearest company and
homeless?
just, like, order to that.
Rural.
If you're like a
Rural.
if you're a rural homeless person,
juror.
This is the best part. This is the best part so far.
Rural.
I think this should be the rest of
That
the
was sick. Can I
podcast.
just say that was sick?
Straight from Santa Barbara.
I think you should take your shirt off, Saul.
Santa Barbara shirt off? I don't
Take your
think
shirt
I
off, bro.
can.
Should we all take our shirts off?
I can't do
Not
it
me.
alone. I don't.
it's gonna smell.
Oh, yeah.
Is that going to put this podcast over the top?
I only take
If we
my
all
shirt.
take our
I only
shirts
take
off?
my shirt off if Matt raises his hand first.
Do you guys want to talk about?
I think we should get
Something different?
microphones that are actually shaped like actual dicks, black dicks.
That one.
You know,
That's
just
the
big
real. That's
black
the only
dick.
real broadcast mic in the bunch.
Broads don't belong in broadcasting.
Yeah, UHF. That's a good movie.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
That's from one of the quotes. Broads don't belong in broadcasting.
Came to mind. Frank.
We love fish.
Supplies.
Racist.
It's really
I'm
one
not
of
sure
those
that
movies.
that mic sounds better than any other mics.
No.
know?
I think
Everyone has that mic. And
I feel like this.
Joe
one-
Rogan has that mic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So feel good about that, I guess. It's $500.
Is that an SM57?
Yeah, it's just a straight 57. It sounds better than that one.
I think that one sounds the best
Yeah.
out of all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe
$100
what about
mic.
maybe Chris's
Which one?
voice sounds the
Yours.
best.
No, I thought I was testing all the mics. Really, that one sounded the best.
Oh, nice.
It does.
Cool.
$100 mic.
I'm surprised.
Good, because I kind of like my voice the best.
I think I'm gonna get another tattoo. It's
Yeah?
time.
I'm gonna get one.
Oh,
my
no.
first tattoo. Can we go together?
Yeah.
Can I go too?
We can all go together.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a can of spinach on my bicep.
I love that idea.
I'm
Can
gonna
I just
get-
say, I love this.
I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
cabbage because I read a thing on the internet that said like your rose tattoo looks like a fucking cabbage, and I was like, "Fuck, that's tight."
Yeah,
fucking
that's not a
tight,
diss. That's
dude.
that's
Yeah, cabbage. I also want to get macaroni
eat
in a pot
cabbage.
because fucking I really like Cardi B's wet ass pussy.
Yeah.
You know, macaroni in a pot.
No,
It's not
I
a
don't.
phase, man.
if it's not
Well,
a
that's
phase,
what
it's real.
What her
How
wet,
is that? Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's what her wet.
Between macaroni in a pot and WP.
I just that's
if you
what
stir
her wet ass.
macaroni,
Her wet ass pussy is for
No one remembers the
degenerates like
music.
him
if you
to
stir
enjoy.
macaroni in a
That's
pot,
all.
it makes a sound that sounds like a wet ass pussy.
It sounds
She
like
says it
another
with the
story where your
macaroni
dick
in a
wasn't
pot,
hard
we're talking
enough.
wet ass pussy. I like the song.
I've never
It's
listened to the
aight.
song.
It's a
Whatever.
good song.
It's fine. It is fine.
There's never any shaming for the unwet pussy. We take all the brunt.
Yeah,
I've had
I kind of
several
thought
situations where it was the lady who was too dry,
when I was
ever had that?
Not a few of those situations.
when I was
and I
limping
didn't
out on
give
that
her a hard
girl.
time.
I thought she could have been a bit wetter, personally. I mean, she was covered in dust, so it could have been something to do with that.
I took it very
Sawdust.
personally.
It's the sawdust.
Could have been the sawdust, but it could have been wetter. I mean, I didn't feel like she was as ready.
Sawdust is not usually in the mix.
I'm so confused right now.
I'm actually allergic to
Did
pine.
you, were
I
you
would
fucking?
also-
Were you
Is
like
that a
fucking a
low-grade
pony
pine?
or a
I would-
horse
it's
or
a
something?
low-grade
What are we talking
pine.
about sawdust?
I would
for?
also like to point out that in the group chat, I made the joke that I
gotta get back in the group chat.
I tried to like slip it in so that it would wake up inside like the Evanescence song, and I didn't get a response.
No, that
I was
was a
like,
really
"That's a
good
fucking
joke.
banger
That
of
was
a
a
joke."
really good joke.
No, it was
I
a
was,
sign.
I was busy
I-
at the time, but I was like, damn.
Yeah, nice, nice.
Weakness of the medium. Sometimes you kill it and you just
Yeah.
get no feedback.
It's
Yeah,
just like
sometimes
silence
I'm at
'cause
work.
everyone's like,
Sometimes I'm
"Whoa!"
like literally like, fuck, that's great, but I can't right now.
Yeah.
It's because everyone was having a shitty day, and then you made it great,
Yeah.
and then they. Just
I liked when we
moved
did the whole
on.
joke of the day thing for a while. Like,
Yeah,
back in
joke of the day is
like,
good.
we were
The joke of the day is
that's, That's the one.
Is this some Facebook shit?
Yeah, the messenger chat.
the messenger chat that
Scat.
you left?
Fucking gay.
You should get back in.
You should
it,
get
I
back
think.
in it,
I
man.
tried to. I think. I think it's fine. You come back and
There's a
it'll be good.
lot of talk about gay shit, dude.
Well, there's a lot of. It's mostly Chris talking about fucking Dean, but mostly, just mostly.
I kind of
But
hijacked
later,
it. I'm
it'll
sorry.
change. It'll change to something else soon. You could
so
be involved.
So you were all like, Tyler, you should get on the Facebook Messenger chat. And I said, gay. And you're like, no, seriously. It's like, it's just Chris and Dean talking about fucking each other. It's totally cool,
It's
man.
not gay.
I got this. I
Is
got
that
this.
what-
gay.
Is that just what?
Those guys are super hot.
I got this new shtick
It's not
where
gay if he's hot.
I try to make the most hetero things gay. Like having a dad is gay because you're raised by a fucking
that one
dude.
really, I thought that really did it for me. Honestly, that one really did it for me. It's like you get listen, like think about it. You've been raised by a guy.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah.
gay.
And wanting to have a kid is fucking gay too. Because what do you want to make more fucking dudes?
You want sons?
Fucking gay.
I've had
Who
people.
said that? You.
You did.
Yeah.
This is
That's fucked up.
Wanting to have a son is a feminine trait.
I think it'd be
Tyler.
cool to write fake feminist articles. Like just put
That's the
articles
most
out there
Freudian
like
shit
James
I've ever-
Lindsay
is
did
having
that.
a father fucking you up? Like, are there too many fathers? Like, maybe we need less fathers.
I should bap out of my current father
You
situation.
should fucking bail.
Yeah, that's the feminist
You're
thing
gonna
to
make your
do.
kids harsh.
It's the feminist thing to do.
Haven't you always
You need to
wanted
find
to be a
yourself.
statistic?
You should just
Yeah.
go to India and find yourself for like 3 years. Just figure it out, right?
Like my
Should.
pa when he was 21.
and your mama when she was 42.
my mom when she was later, and I was. Strange times.
It was more like 50.
I think it was 40 still.
Yeah.
That needs to be deleted.
No.
Yeah, I'll
Not
just
at all.
obscure some of the words, and I'll make some artistic decisions later on.
There's some shit
You
I
guys
said that
actually don't
maybe-
even get a. You don't get a decision.
The
on what
only
I
words
do.
that absolutely have to be deleted are because that would be used in court.
that'll be bonus content for later after it's all settled up.
And I think we'll all get a turn and talk about the fucked up shit that women have put us through,
At
each
least-
and every one of us.
Just like
You know,
Chloe.
At
like
least
when I woke up with a dildo in my ass.
Is that a real thing?
Is that real?
I was ass raped by my girlfriend. And, you know.
I can't tell if it's real. Like I hope. Like
Do we gotta
I wanna
stop this-
believe
do
you,
we gotta
like-
stop this recording right now, bro.
am I,
Why are you?
am I supposed to believe?
I
you?
also find it a little funny. You're all laughing.
No, there was no laughing.
It's horrible.
I'm
dude.
just trying to.
Are you okay?
No. It's fine. It's fine.
But it's
Were you
real.
actually
But
like-
it is
It
real.
is something that happens. You
Does
know,
she, does she put it in your butt a lot?
No, but I think it's a
Was there precedent?
thing that it's like have you had a girlfriend? It's like you're sleeping and you're asleep and you're like you just start
That's not an experience that
you
I've
kind of start fucking when you're asleep, half asleep, and you start fucking each other,
Yeah.
and it's like maybe she wasn't awake the whole time, or you weren't, or whatever. It's one of those things.
The last like 4 or 5 girlfriends or girls I've been with, I've specifically been like in the beginning, like, hey, so what's the policy? Middle of the night, I want to slip it in. That cool? Like, is that rape or is that cool? And everyone is like, no, that's muy bueno. mathematically.
Go mode is you've already fucked.
100% is 100%.
If
is
you've
what I'm
already
saying.
fucked that night, it's okay.
Yeah.
But if you
Right.
didn't, if you didn't,
Right.
yet,
Right.
then
That's a great policy.
It's
if
okay,
You
it's-
fucked the
I think-
same night.
If you didn't fuck it, it's okay to come on to her a little bit. But if
Not only is it okay,
There will be some
every
parts
girl I've
edited out
asked
of this.
has said like, no, like please
things will be
do
edited
that.
out.
Like I never had a girl that was like,
Bruno's
Well, it
running the
depends
Hundo
on-
P.
I trip out
I'm gonna have to-
listening to these things. I've been in a relationship so long. It's like I haven't put any mental energy into worrying about these things for so long.
Bruno's got them pussy.
I think that we need to bring this podcast back.
we're talking
What are we
about wet
bringing
ass
it back
pussy.
to?
We are. We're
Talking
bringing
about
it
wet
back
ass
to
pussies
fucking-
again, man. Bruno
Yes.
got some fucking
Is this on the level?
sopping wet.
Did John Page go home?
Hopefully he's out paying for the pizza.
She can be part of the podcast. So like that. There's mics now.
Carly's my friend. I've told her all this shit that I've said to you guys.
Yeah, no.
Carly is solid
We need to.
as fuck.
Yeah, we need to bring some. We need to bring some.
Female perspectives.
Some female perspectives in here.
She might not be that into the prostitute thing.
You know what? Maybe not.
I was
I'll fuck it.
I was talking to Sarah.
What do you
last night
think
about
they're
how I
talking
was
about
thinking
right
of
now?
getting
They're
escorted,
probably
and it
talking
was-
about dicks
it
and
was awesome.
cum
She
and
was
all
like,
kinds
yeah.
of
They are gnarly
Adam's
as hell.
girlfriend?
Those
Yeah.
women of ours.
They're
you
fucking
know?
horny sluts.
She was like,
and that's
get it.
cool.
Yeah,
That
do
is
it.
true. They
I was
get-
like,
they're not-
my
also,
only
they're
concern
not
is human
sluts.
trafficking.
They
Like,
go into the
I
bathroom.
really
They
don't
talk
wanna-
about what they need to do.
They are quality married women, but they're
that's
also
really
horny
like a
sluts,
moral
and
line.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Why and why shouldn't they be?
And so are
And
we.
why shouldn't they be?
It's fine.
Guess that.
They're not going to be unfaithful, but
I can mute their mics
Yeah, like
while
I'm
this
thinking
conversation
Russians
is
are a
happening. I
no-go.
have that power.
That's what I'm thinking.
I am the decider.
We'll
but also
see.
a lot of
I am the
Asians, too.
decider of what gets highlighted on this podcast.
After several seasons of this, it will be the women who get censored the most. I think that's a prediction.
and why shouldn't they be?
Well, because they're going to
It
be
is,
talking about juicy dongs and like.
They don't know how to. They don't know how to keep it tame like we do.
No, they don't.
Right? They don't know how
Talking
to
about
keep it under wraps.
dudes in the throat.
They just.
So I got a good question to bring up. I got a good
Gotta
question
get
that I
it
think
done.
is a really good discussion topic. If you could have sex with anyone in the world at any time, how long would it
Winston
take
Churchill.
for you to be fucking Dwayne the
Wait,
Rock Johnson?
I am a little confused by the phrasing. Like I explain.
It got interrupted. I want you to just
Explain.
say it again.
Say it again. Explain the process.
You're gonna just talk. You're gonna start talking.
Say the fucking question again.
Everybody shut up.
the
Everybody
fuck
shut up.
Just say the
So the question is,
Okay.
for the people at home,
Yes.
in this magical world, you could have sex today with anyone you want. Tomorrow you could have sex with anyone you want.
Chris Martin.
Any person. Yeah, Chris Martin today. It could, and then it could be fucking Natalie Portman. It could be anyone you want. How long would it take before you were fucking Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
But you mean if
He'd
you
be
went,
the
if
first.
you went
He'd
through
be the
it,
first
like-
guy.
No, but
so
You mean
I'd
if you
fuck.
started-
I'd fuck the
Start with Bruno.
3.7 billion women, and then Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
You'd rather,
You'd
you'd rather have sex with Rebel Wilson than Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Dude, you
tough.
get there faster than you think.
Yeah, it might be true.
I'd be like,
Right.
I think I'd get there. I'm gonna say, I would fuck ladies for like 6 months, and then trannies for like 3 months, and then Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
But you also like put in a time factor there. Anyone from any time. I mean, fuck.
No, not anyone at any time.
So you're saying I go through anybody I want, and how fast do I get to Dwayne?
Because I mean, I just want to get to 80 Stevie Nicks.
No, you don't get 80 Stevie Nicks. You get Stevie Nicks like now.
Oh, fuck.
But any time.
That
Yeah.
closes the
Good.
market drastically.
It would, yeah, it would be
That would've
like
hit Cleopatra.
She was my-
Yeah.
Natalie Porter.
Her and various points of time is my top 10.
Stevie Nicks?
Yeah.
You don't get it?
Stevie Nicks. Really?
Young.
Dude, she was a fox.
Stevie Nicks?
It's a joke. But yes.
I'd go for Natalie Portman and
Natalie
around
Portman is good.
in the
Did you
the
see
Leon,
Natalie
the professional
Portman?
age era.
Yeah, did Natalie Portman in that short film she did?
Yeah.
You know that time it
Oh.
was brief. It was in the theaters. What was even
It
happening?
was before Darjeeling Limited.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Yeah.
We watched that movie, and that was the intro.
She's crazy fucking hot.
That was something
I like
else.
petite women, but I don't get this whole like mousy. I could accidentally break you thing.
She's bumming me out these days.
My dick's not as big as yours.
Right.
Helen Keller.
Got that pie.
Wait, which one? Which what's this then?
Is it rape?
If they can't talk.
How long is it going to take you guys to fuck Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
I'm not editing this at all.
I had a good joke.
I would say-
something about
I
it was
will.
something about
I
Cardi
will, I
B's
promise. I'm
diamond
not going
clamp pussy,
better after that.
and that's
Matt
what
was
my
dragging it
answer
down.
was. I can't-
Sorry.
guys got drunk.
You go on after we talk about how Matt was dragging it down. Go on, Tyler.
I forget what the question was. I never got to answer any questions.
Well, I mean, you're talking in a mic right now. You could be answering the questions, or you could be a little fucking
You
bitch.
could overpower me. I'm just talking here.
So how are you gonna edit this out? Because I feel like everything needs to be kept.
I might keep it all. I'm personally not taking anything out.
I think we should.
Even though I
keep it
just said I
all
was
in.
going to. I don't.
My head's pointed that direction.
Is it pizza?
It's actually my daughter.
Oh, well, that's important.
Hello?
This probably might get cut. That's where the editing process comes in. I think I might take it out.
This is all raw footage that will never be edited. Let's be honest.
I might edit some things. I don't want to. It
Oh,
might
no,
be
no,
appropriate.
you could edit certain.
And I will make notes and make the edits. I will do this.
No, it's a good idea.
So I will take some things out.
I don't even remember what I fucking said about
Hey,
that.
you will remember later when you listen to it back.
But
She's a baby. She's a baby.
I know.
If it's a
Adult-
celebrity that I have no connection to in real life, I will make fun of them as hard as I possibly can. Okay, here's the thing. I have to pee pretty bad, and I think we need to take a break.
All right, we'll
I think we need to take a break. And I will know what to cut. So, all of our fans, stay tuned. My microphone's all fucked. Wait, I had the word gel.
Oh, that's how we're closing it
Yeah,
out.
we're closing it out with word gel. You guys know about that?
Hold up. On
We're all
the-
gonna have. Wait, everybody, shut up.
What is that?
What
Never,
are you
never
gonna
you
see?
mind.
What are we calling it? Handsome in the dark?
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, something about it.
So this is the wrap up for the first episode of Handsome in the Dark.
Handsome in the Dark is currently the working title.
Yeah,
I think
Handsome in the
somehow it wins.
Handsome in the Dark
You
it makes sense.
Handsome in the Dark.
Handsome in the Dark.
Whatever the hell
Handsome
that
in
means.
the Dark is vague.
So this
Yeah,
is
it's vague. You
so
need it to
this
be
is-
vague because
yeah.
it needs to be able to be many things.
So guys, we have a special surprise. We have some
special surprise.
We have some Oragel.
We're all gonna have
So
a
to
dab.
wrap- to wrap
We're all
up-
gonna have a nice dab of Oragel.
I think we
wrap
should bring
up-
Pam in here. She's out there.
We're gonna hit
Is
up-
she? Well, if she's close at hand, we'll have her in here.
Yeah, we'll get her in here.
If,
She scuttled off pretty quickly after he gave her.
if
some.
she's scuttled, we're gonna have
Like
a
a
dab.
crustacean.
We're gonna have a quick dab, and then that's the first episode of what-
Let's talk
of,
about the
Handsome in
episode.
Dark.
All
All right.
Thoughts, feelings.
Everybody,
That was all right. We're at the Oragel time. Let's hit it.
look,
buddy.
we're gonna do
Oragel?
Oragel. Oh, no, we're doing Oragel, and then we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
After we're gonna wrap it up to
Okay.
Oragel.
Is that like,
everybody shut
Sepulchral?
up?
Is that
Everybody
like-
shut up. It's gonna be me, and then Kyle, and then John, and then Tyler, and Chris. Yeah, it's for the numbing of oral pain, and this is
Will
full-
it feel like I
every-
did coke?
Everybody, this is fully legal. Fully legal.
wild.
It's like 10 minutes.
Okay.
You know,
It's
you
incredible.
just put a schmear on or a dab, whatever you want to call it. I'm doing it now.
Schmearon.
It's-
Isn't that a subatomic particle? A schmearon?
We're doing it at the same time.
We're gonna do it at the same
Everybody's
time.
doing it
so
at the
put it
same
on
time.
your
We're-
finger first.
Okay, we're changing it different.
Oh,
Okay,
that's big information. I
I'm
didn't hear that part.
handing the orifice. You do it next.
The orifice.
Put it on your finger, Kyle.
You put it
and
on.
then we're gonna do it
Goes in finger and
together.
then it goes in gum?
But
You put it
do
there. No, don't put it on your gum yet. We're all waiting.
Yeah, we're all gonna do it.
We're all gonna
together.
wait. Give it to John Page.
So you can do a gummer.
I got some. We're doing.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
You can do a gummer.
That's what's up.
This is what we're doing.
Oh,
we're
we're
doing.
doing-
We're rubbing it on our gums.
Put that on your finger.
No.
It's just
John Page.
Oragel. There's nothing wrong about it. This is totally legal. It's totally moral.
B is the shit.
Dude,
Put it on
don't
your
fuck us
finger.
around.
Put it on your finger and just move
Come
on.
on.
Put it on your finger and move on.
Okay, put it on my finger and do what?
Just to put it there. Hold it there.
Hold it until we all put it in our
We're all
mouth
gonna
the
put it at the
same
same
Okay.
time.
And how are we?
We're rubbing it on our
you
gums
go.
when the time is right.
time. And it just
Don't skimp.
oh yeah.
I have no idea what this shit is. I never bought it.
putting
I never-
Gold Bond on your balls?
This is
Like,
fine.
that
No,
would-
this is what this is the approach. This is for gums.
All right, boys. 3, 2,
2,
1.
1. Let it sink in.
Oh, I got on my. I got so fucking much. I did too much.
I feel like I'm brushing my
Nose.
teeth with my finger. Just pretend it's a tooth.
Everybody, shut up.
I thought you were supposed to put it in your nose.
Holy fuck!
Oh.
I have way too much, dude.
I put on a lot.
Holy fuck!
Love it.
Let it sink in.
Oh, it's too
I
much.
like, really, like
Ah, my mouth is shrinking. Do you guys feel
Holy
like your mouth is
Fuck,
shrinking?
dude. Holy fuck! That's a lot. It's like taking a
I just
fat.
put a dab. Like, how much did you do?
A lot.
Too
More than
much.
that.
It's all over my tongue.
I
and
had
shit.
several dabs.
Did I do it wrong? It's not that bad.
You did do it wrong.
My whole mouth is
You
fucking
did do it
numb.
wrong.
No, my gum's getting.
It's like
I
when you.
feel,
It's
I feel
like when
like
you
someone is
shoot
sucking my
cocaine.
mouth from the
Oh.
inside of my mouth.
Holy fuck! Ah, that's wild. Oh man, it's like
It
when
works.
Your mouth goes numb from shooting cocaine.
kind of.
Yeah, it's numb. I got my tongue almost as much as my gums.
Selactin would be better. But
I feel like I
didn't
just
have it,
woke
and
up
Oragel, so-
at the dentist office, and I'm wondering what happened when I was asleep.
I feel like we might have come up with the worst ending to a podcast ever.
That's the charm.
That kind of had the worst beginning and middle too.
Wait a minute. Was it all terrible?
Oh, my lips are fucked.
My
Yeah,
mouth
it's
is
pretty
so
strong.
numb.
It keeps going with the. It keeps going
Go.
before it sets in fully.
Oh, to the people at home, get yourself some Oragel.
It's fine.
Slam that shit in your fucking gourd.
Or gel and a little alcohol goes down a long way.
All right, everybody,
To be more
shut up.
scientific about this, we should have all witnessed each other putting a dab on, so we knew how much everyone was having, like, what amount.
I just assumed that we were going to put some on.
I did a lot because I like excess.
What
Yeah,
about
I put a lot.
every podcast? One random person gets drugged. You know, like
I don't think that's. I don't think I like that idea very much.
okay, fair enough. It's like
I put a lot to much on my gums.
He's actually
Yeah, I
on
went hard too because
PCP.
we've done it before.
A lot between much. I am
Yeah.
a veteran of Oragel.
Yeah.
Me and Chris Brown, we know about this.
So this is the
Holy
outro.
fuck. It keeps going.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
It
just
You know?
ruins beer. You
while
can't
we're
drink
all
beer.
talking, let it like fade.
It
out.
ruins beer, is what we're learning.
It's job.
At least
to keep
Stella's.
going. Like that's what it's.
What's it for? Sorry.
It's for pain.
Canker sores.
If you
or-
have
Okay.
pain in your
For
gums.
mouth pain.
It's supposed to stick around and just help you with
Yeah.
your pain.
It's for numbness and it tastes
So you
good.
can go to bed.
You can go to bed.
Gotcha.
I'm not even gonna
It's
brush my
supposed to
teeth tonight now.
last its
What would it
job.
feel like on your penis? Do you think?
Let's
Ah,
find
well,
out.
you know, next episode we'll find out.
Stay tuned. I bet you that would.
That is
That might be my
enticing.
thing, you know?
We will, Bruno promises to try some on his penis.
I
Next
bet you
episode.
if you were. I bet you
I'll
if you were
try it on my
smashing a
penis,
chick
too.
and you're about to blap and you
John
threw
says
some
he'll
on
try
your
some on his
danger,
penis too. John is committed to his penis
yourself a
or
minute.
as well.
Of course, you wouldn't be able to feel anything in her foof either.
Let's try to get Oragel as a sponsor.
Hey, that's not impossible.
If
I've
if
only
they'll-
said positive things about Oragel so
if,
far.
If Oragel will pay for the rights to My Name Is Mud, they can be a sponsor
Right.
forever,
We're in business.
That's true.
right?
Can you make that happen?
Always with the business.
I feel like
He's
Kyle
the businessman in our
Wiltshire is,
group.
He's the
You
consigliere.
contact Primus and Oragel and you make a deal happen.
They're like, who?
Just pretend
No.
when you contact Primus, you pretend to be Oragel's lawyers. When you
Right, that
contact
might work.
Oragel,
They
you
are
pretend to be
twisted.
Primus's lawyers.
Business.
Dude, I got
You
a
hammer out
fake
a
business
deal?
shirt. I ordered it from Tim Dillon.
Shit's amazing. It's pretty
You
fucking
better.
clever.
You should have kept your mouth shut.
You should have kept your mouth shut.
That was a harsh episode, but it was good.
Yeah,
All right, everybody, I think
we
we
take such dark things and makes them hilarious.
need to say goodbye. This is a long podcast.
I gotta
Yes.
say, definitely for the next episode, we are going to try and drug each other secretly with something.
Well, it'll be PG-13.
You don't know what it's gonna be, but it's not gonna be harmful.
Could be
Right.
toad venom.
But you gotta watch
be
out
mad
too.
It
honey.
could be antifungals.
You gotta stay on your toes.
I think if you the winner is the one who doesn't drink anything that they did.
I am gonna microdose the fuck out of you guys.
I don't
think-
want my friends to think I'm actively trying to drug them, but I
No.
don't necessarily want them to not.
But if we're
think
entering
that
a
I'm actively
challenge,
trying
I
to
think
drug
it's
them, 'cause-
okay to know that you might get dosed with LSD,
Yeah.
and we'll try that. But you have to keep an eye on your drink.
Yeah, that's the name
But
of the game.
if you're drinking and having a good time, that's going to be
why
really
did
hard
you-
to do.
It's a good. It's good
What is this,
social
having a good
commentary on
time? What
rape
did you do?
culture.
If you're having a
Drinking
good,
and
if you're having a
having a
good
good
time,
That's what he did.
Highly sensitive.
if you're having a
the
good
sensitive
time,
topic.
It's a sensitive topic.
Next
It's
week on
real.
My Woke
It's
Life.
real, and it's all discussed here on the Handsome in the Dark podcast.
Way to close it out, buddy.
Handsome in the Dark.